outlook for Friday through Wednesday. Additional storms will be possible Saturday evening and overnight. There is a threat for a few severe storms mainly across North Texas. The heat advisory will continue into the weekend, signifying the continued threat for heat-related illnesses if precautions are not taken. Make sure to drink plenty of water, wear light-colored clothing, and take frequent breaks if working outside. Storms will be possible Saturday evening and over 7:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You're listening to NOAA.
I think more pertinent to where this storm is rotating in particular is near Strong City and Cheyenne. That would pass closer to Carpenter and Hammond there, right on the edge of the warning. I think it's going to travel in that direction. If you play that loop back, you can see it. And not only that, but that loop also highlights another area of rotation up near Leedy to the north of that warning that we're looking at now. But we could see another warning come through for what looks like, a band of supercells that are all kind of interacting with each other. So that might be that warning right there, actually, coming
through
just now.
A new tornado warning
right here
has been issued.
I think that is for this rotation up here near Leedy. So that would go up all the way down to Custer County. Custer City there is about where that's headed to. So make sure we're taking shelter there as that warning comes through right when I was talking about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Andy. This is the warning that we're talking about here. Includes Leedy, Ray, Webb, Morewood in Oklahoma. So these two areas of rotation right here and right here are what we are concerned about right now in Texas. This one, they both look like they're going almost due east. So we will be watching Herring and Hammond Junction over the next little bit for a potential tornado. These storms have had a potential or a history of producing big time tornadoes. The birthplace of these storms really was over here towards Perryton, where we've had that significant tornado earlier. We've also got some other supercells that are forming out here that we should draw some attention towards. We've got the one down there near Altus that's producing 1.25 inch hail. And then we've got the one just to the west of Oklahoma City moving towards El Reno, which is actually producing almost 2-inch in diameter hail. So that's going to be continuing to cause problems for quite some time. We're going to be watching that and look at all these other cells that are popping up around Oklahoma City as well. And then to the south, we do have continued concern growing around Gainesville, Texas, as this area of rotation is starting to look a little bit more interesting for you guys as well. We've got an update from Riley. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Ryan. So I know you and me and a lot of other people watching the stream are big fans of Very Pretty Clouds. In spot number 6 right now in Quanah, Texas, we have a virtual Railfans cam with a view of these storms from about 100 miles away. And it's really cool to just look at the structure of these storms.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is one of the stationary cameras from Virtual Railfan. These cameras are around the U.S. Look, potential tornado. We're supposed to be looking at trains, but you can also see really awesome vantage points big time tornadoes, storms sometimes, and this is one of those times. Birthplace in Quanah, Texas, here really was over here towards Perryton. The massive size of these storms, from like Riley said, like 100 miles away. These are way bigger than nuclear bombs in terms of size and energy. serious area of rotation approaching you. Additionally, Red Branch, Cedar Mills, Sherwood, Shores, you guys are all in the path of a potential tornado maker as well.
Has been issued.
Here we go. Walton County, Florida. Now we're under a tornado warning. This is the that Andy called out several minutes ago, and we've officially got our warning in this area of actually looks like it's increasing in intensity. So we've got a growing water spout likely going to turn into a tornado as it approaches Grosh and Santa Rosa Beach in Florida. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Oh, goodness. Once again, hopefully this thing dies out really quick. But if not, if it doesn't, let me tell you about some of the places it's getting ready to impact. Once again, big-time vacation area here. Big-time vacation area. We've got this thing coming into the Hogtown Bayou right now, okay? Big-time water spout getting ready to cross over the Driftwood Estates Park. All right, you see this little notch right here? That's the Driftwood Estates Park. That's going to then parallel down towards the Hogtown Bayou Rental House. And then you've got all these parks, man. Lots of RV parks, lots of, camping areas, Doberman. We've got the Sea Rigger Fishing Charter, the golf cart rental area near the Oasis Santa Rosa, and the bicycle or the Bay Circle boat ramp. It's a big area there. This is literally exactly where this tornado is likely going to go. It's going to ride the Hogtown Bayou down towards Destin Beach Rentals and the Kansas Pits Photography Design Studio. Now, we've also got some commercial areas just to the south of Grotch here that might be in the path of this. We're talking about the Publix there near Louie Louie. We're talking about the 30A Luxury RV Resort, and we're talking about the Thomas Hicks Nursery Landscape Supplies area all the way down towards the South Walton. I mean, guys, every 2 square miles, I'm seeing a golf cart rental place. That tells you, like, that we're literally in the middle of RV nation. You cannot stay in an RV or a trailer in a situation like this. You got to find sturdy shelter. A lot of times, places like this, we've all been to them. They've got the big concrete bathroom centers in the middle of the place. You got to get into one of those, or preferably some other sturdy shelter. Maybe they've got an underground shelter or something installed. But let's please try to not be in an RV during a tornado. That would be a bad situation. But we do have a tornado warning that goes all the way down to Santa Rosa Beach and almost to Grayton Beach in Florida, okay? This is the area where you've got a lot of hotels, the farther south you go. So hopefully it doesn't make it that far, but if it does, you guys have got some time. Go ahead and get in your safe spot. Go ahead, get in your safe spot now. We got to spread the word. We got to make sure everybody knows what's coming into the picture here, okay? I'm going to go back to our warning in Oklahoma. I'm going to go back and forth here, make sure we're not leaving anybody out. I'm going to look at velocity, and it does look like we've got a pretty good area of rotation here. Still moving towards Webb, Ray, and Butler in Oklahoma. Take shelter now. And it looks like Andy actually has an update for us. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, looking from the Frederick radar here at the storm near Altus, this is one I think that this is the one that Riley was talking about. What you can see on the velocity is a very impressive area of convergence here, with winds going toward the radar right over Altus in the green and blue there, and away from the radar toward the green blob here in the pink here. So this with winds are coming together like this due to the orientation of where we're looking from the radar site. This is not rotation, but rather winds just pointed straight in the same direction, right to the southeast of Altus there. This could begin to wrap up as rotation. We'd want to see that green and blue to the southwest and the pink and into the tan colors to the northeast there if we were to see rotation. Right now, that's over an area where there is no reflectivity. So What this reminds me of actually is the Andover tornado, which basically we just saw that debris ball completely away from the rest of the rain, away from the rest of the storm on radar. And if this does, if these winds, these velocities that we see do come together and create a tornado, it would actually look much the same presentation on radar as that tornado did last year near Wichita. So this one, we'll have to monitor it closely. These winds are thanks to that boundary that's coming right through Altus there. And if it does wrap up into something, it's definitely a very interesting presentation that we'll have to keep a close eye on.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill.
A new tornado
drawing
warning
our
has been
attention to Altus, Oklahoma, where we have one of the storms that's not currently warned for a tornado, looking a little tornado-y. The one down here near Wichita Falls continues to be something that we watch as well as some of these storms popping up west of Oklahoma City. We will let you know the moment those come with new warnings. Speaking of new warnings, we've got one up here north of Pensacola, Florida. My goodness, another couplet here to the south of Muskogee, moving towards Gonzales, Pine Forest, Inslee, and then eventually just literally the northern part of Pensacola here. So now we've got two really impressive looking storms in Florida approaching really populated areas. Once again, Pensacola, northern Pensacola, we're talking about Inslee, Pine Forest, Riverview, Bohemia. All of you guys need to be getting to shelter very quickly because, I mean, that's a concerning look right there. We definitely have rotation. We definitely got a supercell, and we could see a tornado here very soon that's capable of producing damage. We definitely have a tornado or a water spout or something over here in the Hogtown Bay near Grosh and Santa Rosa Beach. Thankfully, it's moving pretty slow. So hopefully this thing will spin itself out over the bay here. But if it doesn't, just a little east of the Pensacola warning near Santa Rosa Beach, we've got another really dangerous situation about to unfold here near a bunch of RV parks near Grosh and Santa Rosa Beach and Fluffy Landing in Florida. So that's honestly that's our most impressive looking signature right now. Both of these in Florida. And then we're continuing to watch Oklahoma as this situation continues to develop as well. Multiple warnings over here in western Oklahoma. We've been covering those. We continue to watch this convergence near Altus as that may lead to a tornado.
Ryan, Caleb, when you have a second.
And then we just got a new warning in Oklahoma.
A new tornado warning.
Radar indicated tornado warning for Custer and Roger Mills County, Oklahoma. Take shelter now. Caleb just came through looking to give us an update. So let's hear from him. Yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, Ryan, I'm just looking at the cell that's right over top of the Friendship, Oklahoma area, which is just west of Lawton. I'm noticing a very large area of convergence on the rear side of that cell with what I'm assuming is going to be some rotation. I just wanted to note that cell looks like it might move to the north of Lawton, but definitely not out of the picture for a possible another cell to move through that area, even after they've been affected already once today.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Caleb, for that update. This is something that we're watching very closely. Definitely a lot of energy out here to work with. We know that these storms have had the history of becoming tornadic, and that's why we get a little uneasy anytime we see a discrete cell pop up in these environments. The one near Wichita Falls continues to struggle, but it is kind of entering a more favorable area for tornado generis the further east that it goes. So, and it's discrete, and the sun's getting ready to go down. All these things that we've been talking about all day, like, it's coming to fruition, and we have to watch all of these cells very closely as that happens. Additionally, we have to continue to watch our very strong storm and new tornado warning down here in Texas for Cook and Grayson County, Gainesville, Texas. You're still under the gun here. You're under a tornado warning, but now we've also got Oak Ridge, Whitesboro, Collinsville, and South Maid in Texas now under this warning. This is going to continue to move south and east and eventually probably make it down towards Gunter, Sherman, and Howey as well. So make sure you guys are ready for that and you're prepared for that and you know what you're going to do whenever that warning comes through, because it's probably going to happen. I'm also watching you guys over here near Oklahoma City. We've got a bunch of cells popping up just to the west of town. None of them have some, very interesting rotation signatures just yet, but they are developing big hail cores, and they are becoming just significant storms overall. So going to be a long, stormy evening in the OKC metro as well, and we're going to keep you updated on exactly what that entails as time goes on. We've got a damage report coming out of Marietta. Power lines are down in Love County. We've got damage reports coming out all the way back here south of Wilson. We've got trees uprooted and snapped, and we've got a roof blown off back here also in Love County. So the damage reports are coming in. The tornado reports are coming in. Like, everything is happening as we expected it would with this significant severe weather outbreak that continues to happen here. Guys, please go over to Twitter at Ryan Hall, y'all. That's my handle. Keep sending me stuff if you got reports that you want to send in, if you want to tag me in newsworthy things that'll help us tell the story here. Also, please share what we're doing everywhere. I see you guys over there, and I just want to say thank you for helping me out. And if you haven't went over there yet, please do so. Andy's got an update for us. Go ahead, Andy.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, actually going right back to that Wichita Falls, Texas storm, now east of the city, headed towards Henrietta. Looks the most convincingly tornadic that I've seen so far. I think this hook is starting to form here, and you can even go up a couple of scans here, a couple of heights, and see a very tight area of rotation just above the surface there, right to the west of Henrietta. So that tells me that parts of the storm are forming from the top down, connecting with the surface, and I think we're beginning to see this storm become more tornadic in nature.
Thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill, bringing our attention back over here to the storm that this thing's been hanging out around Wichita Falls for hours. And now the farther east that it gets, it's starting to interact with some of these boundaries. The sun is starting to set, and we're starting to see the increase of the lower level jet, and things are starting to come around here near Henrietta, Texas. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now, but we'll wait and see if we see a tornado warning here soon. You guys have got a way, if you're one of the people watching this stream right now, you've got an early heads up, okay? Go ahead and start getting ready. What are you going to do if that warning comes through? Get your tornado action plan in gear. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's the whole goal, okay? If you can do that now, I promise you it's going to be a much better, easier situation whenever this goes south, if it does. If it doesn't, what did you lose? You got ready. Okay, well, if you don't do it, you're going to wish that you did. So that's continuing to develop. We're also continuing to see a significant rotation and just a very dangerous thunderstorm form over here near Sherman, Texas, with several embedded tornado warnings. I do believe Denison, Sherman, Durant, all you guys will eventually be under a tornado warning. But right now we've just got that severe thunderstorm warning that goes all the way out to Sherman. And then Andy, go ahead.
Yeah, Ryan, and actually rapidly developing right in the last 45 seconds or so is just north of Ashland, Ohio, possibly our next chance at producing a tornado right where you'd expect it, just off on the north side of this hook echo with a little bit of a hail core right in the hook too. So possibly rain shrouded, possibly slightly hail shrouded circulation rapidly developing once again near Ashland, Ohio. So the reason why this circulation quieted down, we weren't talking about it for a while and given updates for Ohio for just a second, is because we had another storm that went right into this supercell and interrupted its processes for producing a tornado for 10-15 minutes. We call that a destructive merger. So the storm merged together in a way that destroyed any tornado producing capabilities for a while. But already in this most recent scan, we've seen another attempt rapidly develop at a circulation here. So there's the warning for it that you're about to hear right now.
Yep. And just
A
like
new
that,
tornado warning
the
has been
National Weather
issued.
Service agrees with everything that Andy just said, and they have went ahead and issued a new warning that includes Ashland, Ohio, Polk, Jeromesville, Wooster, Millbrook, and almost down to Apple Creek. Guys, this is getting deep into Ohio. Once again, these people earlier today were not thinking about tornadoes. I promise you, nobody in Wooster, Ohio was thinking about tornadoes today, or thinking that was something that they would have to prepare for. So let's please do everything we can to try to share this information as far and as wide as possible. If you haven't done so yet, help tell the YouTube algorithm to put this in front of people in Wooster, Ohio by hitting the like button. It actually will do that. We have proof. We've seen it happen before. So here we go. Tornado warning for Polk, Jeromesville, Wooster, Ohio, I-71 between Ashland and West Salem. You're under a tornado warning. We've got a developing couplet, and this is going to continue to be a problem all the way down towards Roseburg and Reedsburg. You got to take shelter now. Specifically, these are Ashland and Wayne counties in Ohio. And this is what Andy was talking about, this little signature right here near Nankin and Polk. That is our couplet. That's our potential area where a tornado may be developing. That's going to go right across I-71 near Red Hall or Pleasant Home. So please take shelter if you're in these areas. We're going to come back to you periodically here as we update all of these tornado warnings from around the U.S. Okay, I mean, we're going down to Florida now, believe it or not, because we have another tornado warning down here. We had this very strong couplet. I do believe we had a water spout down near Santa Rosa Beach not too long ago. It looks like it's danced around and stayed in this bay for quite some time. Hopefully it stays there until it weakens, but if it doesn't, Santa Rosa Beach, Choctaw Bay Estates, and Fluffy Landing, you guys are all in the position to potentially get hit by a tornado here. So please make sure you are taking shelter right now. Let's go back to Oklahoma. Actually, let's go to Texas first. We got a tornado warning for Gainesville, Collinsville, and Whitesboro, Texas. Developing rotation here near Gainesville with a very interesting looking hook right here. I would be in my safe spot in Gainesville, Oak Ridge, Whitesboro, Collinsville. That is almost certainly going to be interacting with that increasing lower level jet over the next little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some rapid intensification on that storm as well as that moves off to the south and east. Let's check in on our tornado warnings over here in western Oklahoma. These are continuing to be big-time troublemakers over here, as our newest warning includes Butler and the I-40 corridor just to the north and east of Elk City and just to the west of Clinton. You got to take shelter if you are in Custer, Roger Mills, Dewey, Beckham, Washita, or any of these counties in Oklahoma, okay? And then, of course, Oklahoma City, lots of big-time hailers and prolific lightning makers and damaging wind producers are moving into town right now. I'm telling you, it's going to be a rough night in Oklahoma City as these storms are likely going to train over the metro for maybe several hours. We might even have a flooding situation before this big Boeing line segment of storms comes through and sweeps them out of the way, which could take a while. So, yeah, Oklahoma City, get ready. That is going to be a nasty, nasty situation there as these storms continue to develop. And even these will have the ability to potentially produce tornadoes at some point. Not the main threat, though.